the third straight year, the historic Old Dominion building at the Richmond Raceway has been transformed into a world-class bowling arena, hosting the PWBA Tour season finale for the world's best bowlers here to win a major and make women's bowling history. What a semifinal lineup we have for you in Richmond. Danielle McEwen takes on Dasha Kovalova. And then Shannon O'Keefe, two-time player of the year, takes on her best friend, Team USA star Stephanie Johnson. It is time, bowling fans, to wrap up the 2019 PWBA Tour season with a Tour Championship from the Richmond Raceway. This track will host the Go Bowling 250 on Friday night. And here from the Go Bowling pin car, we welcome you to the Old Dominion building. Dave Ryan alongside Kelly Kulick, my Hall of Fame broadcast partner. And Kelly, I've been on the air 30 years. I've never done an on-camera open from a car, much less a bowling pin car.
Tell me about it, Dave. I'm usually shooting at the single pins, never been a passenger in one.
You look great. You look great.
Thank you.
Kelly, what a way to wrap up the 2019 Tour season. 4 bowlers are here, but only one can make history.
All 4 women have been on many telecasts before. We open up with Dasha and Danielle. Both ladies have won a major title this season under their belts, and our motto on the Ladies Tour is Bold Fearless. Each of these women have ice in their veins, and we will see one of them in the final match going for their second major of the year.
And the second semifinal, Shannon O'Keefe, two-time player of the year, has the pole position as the #1 seed, but now she bowls longtime Team USA member and her best friend, Stephanie Johnson.
Yeah, Shannon O'Keefe really is just riding the wave, tying up that player of the year 2 years in a row, but now she's facing her best friend. These ladies are roommates, they travel together, they love each other, but when they're on the lanes going for that title, the boxing gloves go on and they're each going to battle it out in our second match.
Kelly and I are going to leave the bowling pin car and head to the booth to call exciting action tonight from the Old Dominion building, the Richmond Raceway. The 2019 PWBA Tour Championship is next. Our future for the sport, oil pattern tonight.
You can see, Dave, that beautiful flex machine went down the lane many times this week. The women bowled on a 40-foot pattern, medium volume and medium scoring pace. Although we did see a lot of high scores during the matches. You'll see where the heavy blue is. Right here is where the reverse comes back. Many of the women try to stay near the track zone around the 8, 9, 10 board, and parallel moves constantly moving inward to the left. Dasha Kovalova has the most rev rate on the tour right now. She'll be inside all 3 of those ladies. I expect to see some high scores tonight, Dave.
Ready to bowl in Richmond. And what a matchup tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Stony Point, New York, Danielle McEwen.
The #2 seed with the second best point total this year behind Shannon O'Keefe on tour, bidding for her 6th career title. She's won this event before. She'd love to do it again here tonight. Danielle gets us underway in Richmond with a strike. That's the start you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Ukraine, Dasha Kovalova.
What a year for the 24-year-old from Ukraine. Now lives in Wichita, Kansas. Proud grad of Wichita State in that outstanding bowling program. Bursting onto the scene. 3rd major show of the year. Dasha Kovalova gets started. Wow. All 10 back. And a perfect start tonight for our 2 stars.
I really love being in this building, Dave, because when the ball hits the pins, you hear that crispness, that loudness of that strike as it magnifies throughout the building.
Tremendous atmosphere. It's unique, and the bowlers love it. They all told us that last night. The average for Kovalova came in as a 3 seed, got a first-round bye. Beat Brianna Cote and Shayna Ung last night in a back-and-forth match on these lanes in 5 games. It went the distance. Left lane, looks good. Any player who rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling Bowling Centers. Get tips from the pros and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
I'd like to trade that in for the Go Bowling vehicle instead, Dave. That's
I'd make that trade.
for future references.
Make that trade. Danielle. Nice looking shot as she blisters the rack in the 1-3 pocket.
Yeah, both women right now in that 8-9 zone so far. I came in towards the tail end of this competition to watch, and I watched Dasha bowl against Shayna on lanes 1 and 2 last night. Danielle being seated, she just got to practice, same as Shannon O'Keefe. So might have a slight advantage being able to bowl in the lanes a little bit more frequently and see as they break down over time.
We started with 16 bowlers, Kel, and we're down to 4. Danielle won the U.S. Women's Open in Vegas. Looking for a third major tonight. Left lane. Oh, these bowlers are locked in, and we're off to a great start.
Danielle starting about 18-19 with her feet. The left lane seems to be hooking a bit more. She's already about 12-13 at the arrows. You can see these white boards. Now there's no indicators down the lane. Beautiful installs that Cubic AMF did put together for these young women to compete in this week. You'll just see the path of the ball as it traces its way to the 1-3 pocket.
Dasha. And everybody's striking here. Kelly said, as we saw the future for the sport, the Royal pattern, we have some big numbers, and it's played out that way so far, Kel.
Dasha takes a big step in her 5-step approach. She has a very high.
The Players' Championship show in Raleigh a week ago Sunday, and Tour Championship here tonight. Third major show for the young superstar. Stays perfect. Strike streak for each to begin match 1. Seven in a row, Kelly.
Yeah, little bump away in her push away, but that's Dasha's style and technique. Allows the swing just to bump behind the back and then go inside and out, which I like to refer to as. Danielle now looking to work on that 4-bagger as well, 4 in a row.
Yes! A trip of the 10, down it goes. Front 8 combined for each. It's a perfect start.
I don't know, Dave, we might be in a 60-minute show instead of 90 minutes. These women keep striking. A 5-step approach for Danielle. What's unique about Danielle's game is she moves the ball on step number 3, and this is what I always point out with her style. The knees are loaded right there. All that power is going to be generated from her lower body. The right toe is on the floor as the heel's up as she now gets ready to slide into her shot and finish that powerful delivery. Long arm swing. She utilizes all of her appendages to gain that ball speed and power.
Looks for the front 5. Oh, yes! The nickel for Danielle to begin the first semifinal. So we know we're going to have some big numbers. The question is how big.
We saw 278s, 279s. You shoot 256, which means you missed twice and a low count on the fill ball and still losing a game. It was the best of 5 games to get each match and advance through to get to the semifinal matches this evening.
Dasha is very focused now. In person, what a sense of humor. So great to be around this young star.
Might be a little high.
Perfect 7-pin ends the strike streak for Dasha Kovalova, also a graphic artist. She has graphic novel characters already created. She's very talented.
You'll watch right there. That one just got a pinch right. When I say a pinch, 1 or 2 boards, 1.5 boards, comes up just a little high. You can see the 2-pin hits the 4 pins that go straight back, and then off the sidewall to leave the 7-pin standing by itself.
So finally, a spare to shoot at, and Dasha comes through. Third on the tour, 4 TV shows, 2 wins so far. Second in tour earnings, 30 points. What a year as we see her road to the finals. Bye we told you about. Cote in 4, and then Sheena Ong last night. A great match. Whereas Chuck Gardner, her tour rep, and Dasha pointed out, she used 5 balls, 5 games, lots of ball changes, and it worked out.
She did, and she said the goal for today was just to adapt to the lanes, understand what the lanes are telling her, and just keep making adjustments from it.
Now the left lane. Got it back. Back to Danielle.
5 out of 6 strikes and you're down by 11. Can you imagine?
No. But you can.
Yes. Second year in a row she was ranked number 2 in points. She's just shy of also vying for that Player of the Year. Maybe 2020 can be Danielle McEwen's season.
She told us last night, I'm content with the year. Not overly happy yet. I've got some growing to do. Win probability numbers, there you see it. Danielle's got to hurry, does just enough to get all 10 back and keep the strike streak intact. What a start with a front 6.
That one just a little bit left to right. Light pocket hit, crumbles the 2-4 at the end.
Halfway home to a perfect game. 4th perfect game, tour history, thrown by Dasha in Louisville this year against Liz Johnson in the championship match. It was an extraordinary moment in women's bowling history.
National Bowling Day too.
Of course. What a script that day. Left lane, Danielle trying to stay perfect. No, 4-pin up for Danielle McEwen. And now things tighten up and we have a great finish in store.
Yeah, you can see the left lane was hooking a bit more. She was much deeper, but that one just got to 15 at the arrows, 10 at the break point. The flatness of the pattern, if you remember on the screen, the ball is going to check a little bit quicker off the spot and roll forward sooner. High hit leaves only the 4-pin standing.
She missed the cut in Cleveland. Not the top 12 in East Hartford. She said to us, those are the 2 I look back on. There's a 4-pin. Room to grow for Danielle, but what a young star on the PWBA tour. She's in a great match. Our first semifinal with Dasha Kovalova of Ukraine. We'll wrap this match up next. Big bowling fan. Go Bowling 250 is Friday here at the Richmond Raceway, and it's packed already. It was getting in the parking, and the race fans are here in Richmond.
Yeah, I can see all the RVs and coming in to tailgate and get
That's
ready for
awesome.
the event. The Under the Lights event, both on Friday night and Saturday night, attract amazing crowds here at Richmond International Raceway.
Here, Old Dominion Building, semifinal number 1. Second half of the match, Dasha Kovalova with a strike. The PWBA has had many great moments in 2019, possibly the greatest. Dasha's 300 game to win the Pepsi Louisville Open on National Bowling Day, defeating the Hall of Famer legend Liz Johnson in the final match. Her mom was here from Ukraine watching. Oksana, nothing quite like that shot of Oksana. She was more excited than Dasha was. As we see, she joins an elite list.
Yeah, Michelle Feldman recently had some health issues. We wish her the best of luck. Cara Honeychurch, our Australian native, and then again, Liz Johnson, the Hall of Famer, back in 2001. It was my rookie year on the ladies tour.
Left lane now for Dasha. Wow. Those pins have no chance tonight. All even up.
So you can see Dasha's wearing a beautiful New Jersey. The women who qualified for the top 16 here in Richmond, the Tour Championship, received those jerseys. Makes them feel elite for the achievements that they accomplished.
Which they are.
Yes, exactly. Quick question there, though, from Tour rep Chuck Gardner.
5th appearance at the title in 2015 for Danielle. Trying to repeat the feat tonight in Richmond. Got to hurry up, and a break. No, on the 7. Somehow it hangs on.
Just a light shot there, Dave. Again, the 2 into the 4. 7-pin was on its way, and something made it stand up. Just the ball into the 2-pin late. 4-pin goes to the right. Actually, the head pin is what helped it kind of stand up there at the end.
8-year member of Team USA, 3 years junior Team USA. 2-time major champ Danielle McEwen. Lane maintenance going on, so we'll tell you about the PWBA Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and thebowltv.com to keep up with the greatest women bowlers in the world. Get the latest video, highlights, and news each week to follow your favorites. Log on now.
Saw some great posts from the women this week here in
Fantastic. Stephanie
Richmond.
Johnson is almost equaling Shannon O'Keefe, almost, in terms of social media presence. Very active this week with some great posts. It's cool.
I like the cardboard cutouts of the women and the ladies when they do the side by side, especially when they're wearing the same outfits and uniforms.
Alarmingly realistic.
Yes.
Are they standing there? Back to Danielle. Back to Bowl. Stays focused and gets the single pin spare conversion. There's the 7, there's the mark. And for a great finish going.
279 possible for Dasha Kovalova. 268 for Danielle.
Season numbers there for Danielle. You break it down. She's had a great year. She told us last night, I'll give myself a B+, A-. I think that's A-worthy, don't you?
Yeah, every athlete's always looking for room to improve on something. Ball selection is something she said she wanted to work on, especially when the fronts tend to go away out here on the ladies tour. But 12 out of 13 cashes, wins her major title. But a mistake right there leaves the super washout, the 1-2-4-6-10. Unfortunately, just a slight mental lapse right here. See, physically off her hand, kind of misses it at the bottom. Goes way far right down the lane, about 6-7, where she's been around 9-10. And really the ball is going directly towards the 6-pin, makes a late turn towards the 3-pin. Super washout, try to fit it through.
Tough washout conversion, the chop. For 6-10 up.
Devastating lead for Danielle.
Open, and look at that on the bench. Kovalova now up by 19 pins, heading into the foundation frame. And working on a strike, and the win probability numbers, brand new to our tour telecast this year on CBS Sports Network, flipped dramatically in Dasha's favor.
When the scores are this high and the ladies are grooved into the condition, you can't miss. 9 has to be your worst leave, and unfortunately that super washout is going to cost her. Dasha just needs to stay clean, and she'll advance.
That's how you take advantage. Dasha Kovalova. Current PWBA Tour star, maybe a future star graphic novelist as well. Look at this talent on the right lane. Just needs 8 here. And that will wrap up this match against Danielle McEwen and put Dasha in the finals. Looking for a second major this year. Another title.
And interesting to know, Danielle was seated, so she just practiced. Dasha bowled on these lanes all through the past 2 days.
And had a really dramatic match last night with Shayna Ung. Needs 8 for the win. Left lane, Dasha Kovalova has 10, has a win in the first semifinal. And Dasha Kovalova will take on. And Shannon O'Keefe coming up here in Richmond. Neck and neck until the end.
It was, Dave. Danielle was in full contention of the match, staying in control even with that 7-pin spare, but unfortunately the one mishap on the left lane where she just failed it out to the right down lane leaves her a nasty break.
Dasha thinking about the championship match. Will finish this. So Danielle McEwen will not win her 6th title and 3rd major here tonight.
Now if I was Dasha,
so much to celebrate for Danielle this
exactly year. I would maybe try a ball change here in the 10th frame just to give her some more information. But Danielle, again, what a great season. Again, back-to-back seasons being 2nd in points, just on the tails of Shannon O'Keefe for Player of the Year. Successful season, B+. I give her an A for sure.
Me too.
Her personality.
Professor Kulik says an A.
Yeah, she is great. She is the future of this tour alongside Dasha, and we will see many more titles in her career.
Dasha Kovalova knocks off Danielle McEwen, the 2 seed. Now Dasha takes on the winner of O'Keefe and Johnson, bidding for the PWBA Tour Championship title. She's relaxed, clearly, here in Richmond. 3 seed Dasha Kovalova, 11 strikes, 12 shots, a 279-230 winner over Danielle McEwen in the first semifinal. Dasha will now take on either Stephanie Johnson or Shannon O'Keefe in the championship match here tonight in Richmond. Not since Carolyn Doran Ballard won 7 tournaments in 2001. Has there been a season like the one Shannon O'Keefe has enjoyed this year. She's won 4 of the tour's 13 tournaments so far and was presented with a Player of the Year award earlier this week.
I wanted to come into this season competing because I love it. I was raised that there's no excuse for anybody to ever outwork you. I wanted to compete like I was that 13-year-old little girl on the softball field who just loved the sport. And I lost that last year, and so winning Player of the Year, although it was an incredible accomplishment in my career, I wasn't really proud of it. And so I did some major soul searching over the winter break, and I decided to form my goals in a different way, really focusing on my goals being something that I could control day in and day out and let the rest take care of itself. You know, there's definitely moments throughout this season where I struggled, and the #1 thing for me that I just kept telling myself is just embrace the struggle. You're going to learn so much when you embrace the struggle versus being so upset about it, and you miss things in your career, and I just don't want to miss things in my career.
What a season for Shannon O'Keefe. 4 titles this year. First time since '01 someone has won 4 titles in a season. Twin Cities Open, Tucson Open, East Hartford Open, Orlando Open, joining some absolute legends of the game with tremendous production since 2015. The resurgence and the return of the PWBA Tour. We cap off a great season here tonight in Richmond. Second semifinal is around the corner. Thank you, Dennis. Richmond Raceway, 3/4 mile track. The D-shaped oval, the Go Bowling 250 is on Friday night. 250 laps, 187.5 miles of racing excitement here in Richmond. And we've got bowling excitement at the Old Dominion building. Look at this matchup between Johnson and O'Keefe.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Shiloh, Illinois, Shannon O'Keefe.
What a season for the top seed. Gets things started. Second semifinal with a strike on the left lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from McKinney, Texas, Stephanie Johnson.
The Dallas Metroplex, part of a great bowling family. Stephanie Johnson, her second major, and her road to the Richmond TV show was no easy matter. Stephanie starts with a strike. Knocked off the reigning champ, Maria Jose Rodriguez in 4. The Hall of Famer legend Liz Johnson in 4. And then Clara Guerrero here last night in 5. A great match.
This week, Stephanie is on the other side of the camera, not our silent reporter. 4-step approach. She takes long strides. You can see she has a lot of spine tilt right here, body lean going forward. Arm is straight up at the height of her shoulder. Eyes are focused intently on her target. Trail leg is beautifully passed and underneath her left knee. And an extensive follow through as well.
Left lane in this matchup between 2 best friends. All 10 back from Stephanie. 12 seed of the 16 bowlers in this event. And by the way, she did a great job as the lane level reporter for us on our broadcast this year. But she was thrilled, as she reminded us, to be bowling and not on the air as an an announcer tonight.
It's great to be able to wear multiple hats and to be able to flip back and forth from the sideline commentary to be on the lanes. But as a bowler, as an athlete, you want to be in front of the camera at all times. Getting possibilities for more titles, more money, everything else. So we're grateful to see her in front this week.
O'Keefe. 7 pins, some help, and down it goes. Any player who rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
And the way the first match started off with those high scores, it's
I thought
a
we might have
possibility.
two.
Yep.
It was an incredible start.
I'm a little curious here because Shannon's going more left to right than Stephanie is. Both ladies like to really play up the lanes and keep their angles closed in front of them. Shannon's got a little more steepness to the front more than we've seen most of the season.
Yes!
Look the touch high. Didn't hurt her. All 10 into the pit. And perfection again. Familiar.
20, 12 at the arrows, about 8, 9. See the ball really stands up hard off that spot. You can see the tall pin on her bowling ball. Short pin buffer really gets the ball to be sharp off the spot, rolled forward. Shannon's infamous for just staying within herself, focusing on the moment, staying key in the process. Stephanie bowled 13 games, averaged 229, dash of 233 in that first match. Oh, 10 pin stands by itself though.
Good shot.
Again, more direct. Both ladies have about the same break point. Again, you can attack it from different angles, straight at it, up the lane, more left to right or inside out. Ball just deflects slightly there as it goes towards the 9 pin. The 6 pin falls flat in front of the 10 pin in the channel.
Cross lane. The 10 pin, no problem. Our Bowl TV highlight of the week. Down 2 games to 1-2. Clara Guerrero, last night's action, the verge of getting knocked out of the tournament. Stephanie Johnson responded with a 257-203 victory to tie up the match, then seal her spot in the semis with a 227-213 win in Game 5 to get this match against her best friend and longtime Team USA teammate Shannon O'Keefe. Thumbs up from the top seed there. What a road to the finals for Stephanie. That was an epic match with Clara last night.
It was. Clara made a ball change in that last game. I think she went open, then like a 5 or 6 bagger, keeping the pressure on Stephanie. And all Stephanie had to do was get 8 or 9 pins in that time frame.
Left lane, all 10 back. Both bowlers told us last night, look, I'm going against my best friend, but I'm not looking at it that way. They said to us, I'm bowling against the lanes. Just so happens my best friend is opposing me, and whoever has the most pins, well, that person gets to celebrate. But they try to take the friendship out of the equation when it comes to a match of this magnitude.
I asked them if they were going to have a friendly bet. Chris Barnes, Mika Koivuniemen from the PBA Tour did something like that similar, but I didn't get the true answer from either of them if they placed a small bet going into this match.
See it.
What are you for Shannon? And a 10 pin on that right lane.
Yeah, again, I just, with Shannon going a little bit more left to right, angles a bit steeper, a little bit wider, means the ball has to travel on more parts of the lane. So as you can see, it's starting to come back. It really has to generate energy to get back towards the pocket. The 10 pin stands by itself.
Fifth player tour history to win Player of the Year award in back-to-back seasons. Cross lane, there's 10 pin. 10 pin miss at the Players Championship in Raleigh a week ago Sunday. Really cost her in that championship match with Sherry Tan. And she told us last night, after that happened, the back-to-back opens, lost in the title match. She went to the car. By the way, she posted as she was crying. There was a lot of crying, she said, going on for about 15 minutes. And then she said, you know what? Got to move ahead. It happened. I'm human. I made some mistakes in that match. I'm still one of the best in the world.
It was interesting. Most women go back to watch their victories. Shannon went back to see where there was a slight hindrance in her game, and her husband Brian did point out her swing just got a bit higher faster, which caused her to pull down on the swing and miss that 10 pin. So do not take for granted that it's a spare that you shoot all the time. You still have to give it the same attention. Washout there for Shannon, though, the 1-2-4-10.
Washout. Missed the mark by quite a bit there, Kel. What happened?
Yeah, again, sliding 20, 11, way out right. You can see that ball leaked all the way out to board 5, and she's been around, not that deep inside, maybe 2 boards further to the left of that. But again, when you're giving that much angle, the ball has to cover more of the lane, and not typical what we usually see of Shannon. I thought she'd be more on top of Stephanie, but something in practice told her this was the right ball, the right part of the lane to play. Try to slide it over.
A lot to cover here for Shannon. Does it. Big spare conversion. When she needed it most on the left lane, that's the pickup that could be a winner for Shannon O'Keefe in a tight match.
And Shannon's in the same predicament that Danielle was. Being seated, yes, you're guaranteed a certain amount of money. However, you don't have the knowledge of bowling on the lanes. Cubica AMF did a beautiful install. They're brand new each and every single time, and the more they're stripped and re-oiled, those changes start to occur, and the women that bowl on them more frequently have a slight advantage.
Points for Steph to get here to Richmond, and we saw the 3 tough matches she had to make the show. Now, the best player in the world stands in her way. Right lane, 10 pin was nudged but did not fall.
Touch long and just a touch late. Win the 10 pin stance. You can see Stephanie starting about 13 with her left foot. That's how I look at it. She's going to be sliding about 13 over board 11. Again, she's keeping it tight. No indicators here, but about board 9, you can see the black labels on the bowling ball. 6 pin again, just shy, falling in front of that 10 pin. Leaving it stand by itself.
2015 Tour Rookie of the Year. She reminded us last night, probably would have been Player of the Year if I'd beaten Danielle McEwen in the Tour Championship in Arlington, Texas. Home of the USBC that year. Lost to Danielle that year. And your afternoon off to an unbeatable team as Tiki Barber and Brandon Tierney bring a fan and player perspective to all the latest sports news. Don't miss Tiki and Tierney weekdays at 3 here on CBS Sports Network. The last 3 Tour Championships, she's not done so well. Never gotten past the first round until this year. And here is Stephanie again on the show, and those are the win probability numbers. Anyone's match. Left lane, Stephanie Johnson. Ball 10 back.
Yeah, that ball really driving through the pocket as it splits the 8-9. But Stephanie Johnson's down by 6 pins with just halfway through the first match. Best friends now, but who's gonna win? Come on back.
Who will go against Dasha Kovalova for the PWBA Tour Championship title tonight? Second semifinal. O'Keefe, Johnson, best friends off the lanes, competitors tonight. Kelly, let's recap what's been a great 2019 season so far.
Well, you can see the stats, Dave. 14 events, 13 different states. Started in the Midwest. We had the 100th year of the Women's USBC Championships in Wichita, where Dasha won the Queen's title. 2 multiple champions, Shannon O'Keefe, of course, and Dasha might vie against for now their other title tonight. And then the 4th PWBA 300 game in history by Dasha in Louisville. The Pepsi Louisville Open. What an exciting season it was. You had multiple repeat winners coming back and some new ones coming across as well.
That 300 game, Kel, was unforgettable.
I just remember if they had stats or graphics with the cats or any other spectro system or something, you just would have saw the same line by Dasha being traced over and over again.
And the post-match celebration outside the lanes at Louisville with these sport drinks. It was the ice bath type thing. I mean, it was great on social media. 6th frame here. Shannon O'Keefe and Johnson head to head. Shannon O'Keefe all 10 back, and congratulations are in order because Shannon and Brian O'Keefe celebrating their 15th anniversary tonight. As they both reminded us before the show, what better way to celebrate Gonna have Shannon take home a major championship. And I thought it was interesting, Shannon told us last night, first thing when they got back from Raleigh, turn on the TV, they were checking the DVR, oh, let's watch the show back. Brent said, are you sure you want to watch that loss? She said, I want to learn from that loss. So they watched the whole thing back.
That's where she found a little twitch in her swing, why she missed the 10-pin. That's what she said. So, again, fact-finding tour, you can gain a lot of information, not only from wins, but also defeats.
You're right.
Left lane is giving her a lot of trouble, though. Last shot really leaked it right down lane, leaving the washout. That one was more in front of her, but she left the 258 on that one. Sliding 20, 12-13 more in front. And you can see the pin on the ball, the white pin, it's really taking a long time, slowly trying to get there and stand up. 258 stands, tricky spare with the sleeper wood behind.
Everybody, nice.
Converts,
Got
no
it.
problem.
Big conversion. And she hooks the ball into that tricky spare. Takes care of business to keep this really close into the 7th frame. Stephanie emotional with us last night, talking about her late father-in-law, Chris Johnson's dad. Passed away in the spring. And just before he passed, Stephanie promised him she was going to win this year on tour. There are so many storylines in this event tonight. Dedicating this to him, possibly with a win tonight over her best friend. And these two were tremendous at the Pan Am Games this year. Kel, gold medal in doubles.
Yeah, both ladies, I've had the privilege of bowling this event. It's the closest thing to the Olympics of the feeling that you get with the opening and closing ceremonies. And they walked away winning the gold medals in the doubles back in Lima, Peru. I think it took place just in July while we were competing at the Lucy doubles down in Houston, Texas. So again, sincere congratulations to them. Then they went on to the Worlds, finishing second in the team event. A lot of medals won. Maria Jose Rodriguez won the all events. Sherry Tan, Golden Masters. The best bowlers in the world bowl on this tour, Dave.
Two of them right here. Kel head to head. Johnson 4-pin leads.
Just not clean off her hand. You could tell that one had a little bit of loft on it, just didn't clear the thumb nearly as clean. Kind of had an up the ramp type of lift off the fingers. When the ball does that, it reads the lane much, much quicker. Moves the baby 310.
310 baby split here, Kel. Now in crunch time. Every shot's a big shot. We may have a fantastic finish here in our second semifinal. Dasha Kovalova knocked off Danielle McEwen, 279-230 in the opening semi tonight. .310 has it when she needed it most. Big conversion.
Fit it perfectly through the 310. We do have a tendency to practice this spare a lot at Team USA. Not one of my favorites. Stat pack shows, though, 5 for 8 strikes for Stephanie Johnson, 4 for 7. Now, Shannon did start in the left lane. It's been her most troublesome lane, so she will get to finish on lane number 2, the right lane.
O'Keefe, tour leading 7th TV show. Looked a little light there. 2 up.
Yeah, Dave, I've been watching Shannon bowl many times on the telecast because she's been there so often, but she's talked about her comment. Watch her head, though. Like on her follow-through, what I've been noticing, it's so aggressive when she strides that her head is actually tilting back. Kind of pushes up there. See how the nose lifts up in the air a little bit more as she follows through her target. It means the acceleration's coming from the top of the swing, slight pull down from the top. And the acceleration is what got that 2-pin.
That's her mark. She told us last night she considers herself an excellent, maybe great spare shooter. So disappointed that she couldn't come through in Raleigh a week ago Sundays. We break down her season. 13 cashes, 7 shows, tops on tour. Trying for a 5th title this year. Just about #1 in every major category. The stat pack on the PWBA tour season. A year to remember for Shannon O'Keefe.
It was, Dave. And 215 average, it was by far, I felt, one of the toughest tour swings or tour years that we've had in all 5 years since it's been back.
Lane, much better for Shannon O'Keefe. All 10 into the pit. 60 feet to success for Shannon in the foundation frame. Keeping this very, very interesting.
Yeah, Dave, you can see in that window +3. So if Stephanie strikes here, she'll keep that 3-pin lead. Both ladies, 234, 237. We had some really close-knit matches this week as well, where the victors came off with winning only by 2, 3, 6 pins total. Very interesting. Clara Guerrero, I think, won her first 2 matches or 3 matches was by a total of 8 pins altogether. So again, close matches, and this is no surprise that this one will be another one as well.
Huge shot. Works on spare. 9-pin stand.
Wow, the dreaded 9-pin. I have to say, Dave, she's been a little light on that right lane. Flat 10, flat 10. She looks like she made a great adjustment. Watch the ball drive through the pocket. Wants to split the 8-9, but there's so much force on it. She left the 9-pin. Fact to be known, too, just without having Stephanie, we don't know what the changes are. And the bowling balls are the same color. She made a ball change from a pin-down ball to a pin-up ball. So we got some vital information why that ball drives so hard past the 9-pin.
Shannon can't watch. She's focused. The 9 for Stephanie.
Well, now the max score, Dave, goes from 234 to 226. So if Stephanie strikes out here, she will put pressure on Shannon to show up in the 10th frame. She'll have to stay clean, keep some marks going. First match was so fast-paced. This one just a little bit slower with a few more spares to shoot along the way.
Now the drama builds. Johnson, left lane, strikes. Very big shot. And the strike song plays here in Richmond. Whatever it takes, Stephanie Johnson.
I will say this about Stephanie. In all the years I've seen her perform on tour, she's always been clutch in the 10th frame. I mean, she struck last time. She needed to strike in the 10th frame to beat me last year. I've seen her do it many times against Liz, some of the greats at all time. She's very, very solid in the 10th frame and good under pressure. Not good, great under pressure.
Big moment, trip 10. All 10 back into the pit. Continues her excellence late.
Well, this is it, Dave. That second strike really is going to put some pressure on Shannon O'Keefe. If Stephanie strikes out here, Shannon will automatically, right now, she has to double in the 10th frame if she's going to advance to that final match.
Stephanie told us last night, bowling the 3 matches, watching the transition of the lane she thought could be an edge. Shannon didn't bowl, just practiced as the top seed. Stephanie's been ahead of the transition tonight. Looking for one more to finish it out. It's got to really hurry, and
ooh, 7
light
count.
hit, and just a 7 count changes the game. 223 for Stephanie.
Here's the scenario, Dave, okay? So anything more than 7, and Shannon would have had a double in the 10th frame. Now if she goes strike 9 spare, I think we could have a possible tie. Yeah, strike 9 spare, and we could have a possible tiebreaker.
If it's a tie, 1 ball roll up. 2 strikes now to win for Shannon. It's all up to her.
Needs the first one, Dave.
Yes! Has the first one with a 10-pin. Now 1 strike away from the win after Johnson had all but closed her out. Amazing turn of events here.
That was definitely 10 straight back, Dave.
What a match.
She needs this next one, Dave. A must strike to win and move on.
Does Shannon have it?
Yes!
Yes, she does!
Yes!
The 2-time player of the year strikes to beat her best friend Stephanie Johnson and advance to the championship match. What a moment for O'Keefe again.
Give it to Shannon because the left lane, she leaves the washout. Last time on this lane, she left a 2-pin. She was light, made her slight adjustment, just executed better what she's been doing all season long. She's going to go on and attempt to win this title again, but her fifth title for the season.
O'Keefe won this in 2017. First year we're in the Old Dominion building. Trip 7 there for a strike. And the victory over her bestie.
I love you. This is for us.
234-223. O'Keefe, Kovalova. What a matchup of 2 of the biggest stars on the women's tour. Only one can be the tour championship winner. Shannon O'Keefe strikes out the 10th and wins over her best friend Stephanie Johnson, 234-223. She'll take on Dasha Kovalova tonight here in Richmond for the championship. Our BPA moment of the match. Second strike in the 10th for Shannon O'Keefe. She needed it, and she got it. All 10 back. And that meant a victory over Stephanie Johnson and a spot in the championship match. Great to see Pat Sinello here. From Kovalova, lane level, Kelly has the finalists.
All right, get ready. All right, Shannon O'Keefe, wrapping up Player of the Year honors again. What will these years' experience on tour, what are you going to take back to your young lady players at McKendree University, your future Bearcats?
The number one thing I'm going to take back to my kids is live and breathe in every moment, stay patient, and you can do anything you believe.
Good luck in this next match for the championship. Thank you. Dasha, looking for your 3rd title of the season, your 2nd major. You've had a tremendous season so far. What are you going to work on in the 2019 break to get ready for 2020?
I want to improve my stamina because I get tired too often, so I just want to work on that.
Well, it's holding up wonderful tonight. Bowl well in this next match.
Thank you. Kelly, thanks. The bowlers are ready. Kovalova, O'Keefe, we are set. After 2 exciting semifinals to get it to this point here at the Old Dominion building. We started the season Parma Heights, Ohio with the nationwide PWBA Greater Cleveland Open won by Josie Barnes. We wrap it up here tonight in Richmond.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shannon O'Keefe.
Kelly is back.
I ran.
Were they nervous? What do you think?
No, I think they're both excited, really. Dasha's calm as can be. Shannon's focused like she always is. Ball change for Shannon. Ready.
Ball change, left lane, starting the championship match with a 4-7.
The players are allowed to alter their services in between. Last ball could be, you know, that 2-pin lead, that 2-5-8 that she left, something that starts up a bit sooner. High pocket hit, that could have been a nasty, nasty split, but luckily it's only the 4-7. Wasn't quite liking what she saw as well as the tour reps. Ball picked up sooner. Let's see if it pans out for her in future frames.
Four 4-7, no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome from Ukraine, Dasha Kovalova.
Kelly, you asked Dasha last night in our pre-match interview, what is your inner voice telling you, Dasha, to do tonight. She said, go girl, go get that trophy. Never count yourself out. She's big on self-motivation, and clearly she believes she can get this done.
This success this season motivates her to work even harder for the 2020 season.
What a young talent. All 10 back for Kovalova. Great start in the right lane.
Dasha has a 5-step approach. Big first step, gets the ball up in the air, kind of seesaws with her body. So before the body was going up, and there it's teeter-tottering down. Again, she has powerful legs right here. High backswing going into that left arm forward. And again, she always maintains her balance. Good knee bend, great trail leg. I consider Dasha a very, very accurate bowler, probably one of the most accurate out on tour.
She told us last night her preseason goals: make one show, cash in most shows. How about 2 wins? How about a 300 game on TV? And another major TV appearance here with the 7-10, the dreaded split for Dasha on the left lane.
I did see a few of those last night, Dave, in some of the matches, unfortunately. She said she wanted to work on her endurance, but the ball roll is more end over end for Dasha, so it does roll forward quicker. You can see, watch the 6-pin just fall directly in front. The 4-pin doesn't angle back at all through and take out the 7-pin. And yeah, it's the bedpost, the 7-10.
There's a 7, not the 10, so an early open here in our championship match. Bowl TV delivers live multi-channel coverage of the PWBA Tour, Team USA, and USBC collegiate and youth tournaments. Plus, watch hours of new instructional videos, classic bowling telecast, and behind-the-scenes content each month. Visit bowltv.com to subscribe today. Bowling lives here. O'Keefe by 12 now, Kel, after the open.
Shannon sticking with the same ball. To me, in their line of the equipment of the EBI products, it's a higher RG ball, cleaner cover, but more surface was added to it. So right now, spare strike. Left lane does hook more. Get Shannon's style right here. Early on, I noticed that her nose was kind of tipping up. Her head was moving more up in the air. Then she was pulling down from the top of the swing. You can see her head stays more steady. Neck tilts forward. Holds the balance as she executes.
2 titles last year for Shannon. Won her first Player of the Year award. And she said it was kind of stressful. She was too immersed in the points list.
Yes!
She's enjoyed it more this year, having experienced Player of the Year once. And back-to-back brilliant seasons for O'Keefe. Great shot there, Kel, left lane.
Yeah, angle still wide, more steeper on the left lane. Weaker bowling ball in dynamics, however, stronger cover, stronger surface. Gets through the front, which sometimes go away quicker out here on the ladies' tour. Ball retains some energy, tips up in the back, and she has the strike double through 3 frames. Caution now looking to bounce back.
Let's see what happened with Dasha on that right lane. And all 10 back for Kovalova. But when she has that path to the 1-3 pocket, she is tough to beat. Right at it.
It's kind of unique too. Dasha's now further right, kind of in the zone of where Stephanie is. Shannon's creeped inside of her. So I'm guessing the tactic was go with more aggressive service on the bowling ball, get inside of Dasha, not stay on top of her, create more friction to the right, which allows the ball to bounce back faster. It is an advantage when you can have more area to miss and still have the ball recover and strike.
4 shows this year. That's 3rd best on the tour behind O'Keefe and McEwen. 4-pin, left lane this time.
7-10 nasty leave, high 4-pin. Shannon again further left of Dasha, not further, but again a couple boards inside of her, and that will play with Dasha's earlier roll.
Told us last night she's just been pinching herself with this great year. Wondering, can it be true? It is true. And there's the 4, and there's the mark for Dasha Kovalova.
Well, she did say she practiced in short spurts, so maybe an hour, 4 games, hour and 10
4 games,
minutes.
right.
So in order to increase your endurance, you have to bowl more games over more time. I mean, our blocks start with an 8:15 roll call on Friday morning. We bowl an 8-game block, have about an hour and a half break in between to 2 hours, come back for another 8 games, exiting the building about 10:30, 11, depending if you drill a ball. Your endurance has to be high to maintain and sustain that level of competition over a tour season.
O'Keefe tries for the turkey and the 32-pin lead. You bet, she's got it in the groove. And a big lead for O'Keefe, trying for a 2nd Tour Championship trophy in the last 3 years. Win probability numbers skyrocketing for Shannon. Looks for the 4-bagger. And we'll have it. 42-pin lead now for Shannon O'Keefe, about halfway home in the championship match.
Yeah, definitely more left to right than Dasha. So now where Dasha's laydown point is getting to the early friction that Shannon has created with the more surface on the bowling ball. The flat 7-10, bad break there, then the 4-pin. She's going to have to make a bigger adjustment in that left lane.
Kovalova starts the comeback trail with a big strike in her 5th frame. This can cut it to 32.
Yeah, she's on the fence. She's been
last night in our meeting with Dasha, her carry. Trying to maximize everything now. Left lane avoids the double wood, and the 2 stands for the 3 seed, Dasha Kovalova.
Yeah, she did exactly what I thought she was going to do. The 4-pin stood before. You can see she's going to be going more left to right, further down the lane. Break point's about 5-6 that time. That's where I think the ball chain's going to have to come in if she wants to try to stay in this final match. 2-pin stands. It has to be a ball change, or soften up on the speed, but more likely a ball change.
2-pin, she has it. She told us last night, bowling, especially in the 1-game match like this, is all about adaptation, about making changes. She'll need some big changes here. Halfway home, championship match. O'Keefe closing in on more history here in Richmond tonight for the season finale. PWBA Tour Championship, that trophy. And big prize money awaits the winner. O'Keefe leads by 42, looks for the 5-bagger, and a 52-pin lead heading into the 6th frame. Has another strike. The nickel, and a 52-pin advantage over Dasha Kovalova. Look at that win probability, Kelly. I've never seen it so high.
95%,
wow.
Yeah, just under 5. Lots of frames left, but Shannon is definitely in control. She sees the checkered flag at the end, making her race to the championship. Now, I know she works with Dr. Dean, but the one thing I can see emulating from her, you can see the energy from her body as she releases the energy into the ball.
Carry. Yes!
You bet. Inevitable. Stays hot. 6-bagger and a huge lead of 62-pin leads. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Visit the official online store of the PWBA at shoppwba.com. Some awesome merchandise available. Bowl fearless. Dasha comes in high, big 4.
She's been so clutch on that right lane. But really, Dave, honestly what happened is when Shannon made that ball change, the tour reps put a lot of surface on the ball. Shannon moved inward, meaning she moved left, created a different angle to the pocket, and it's just messing so much with Dasha's laydown and reaction. Big 4, I like to say, the Richard Nixon stands.
Such a tough spare, Shannon, as she is prone to do. Right right into that fan and just focuses on herself, not the score, not her opponent, just what she needs to do to close this one out. With the McHenry colors, the Bearcats you talked about, Kelly, head coach there, the women's program.
Well, we said everything we possibly could about her for this season and what she's done. Really just remarkable. The last 2 years for Player of the Year, but again, just dominating the season for sure. Looking for their 5th title, which she'll get. Dasha making the ball change on the left lane. There's that 4-pin as it falls. Unfortunately, maybe frame the 2 too late. But, boy, Dasha is the future of this ladies' tour. Shannon O'Keefe is considered a veteran, one that's paved the way for her Lady Bearcats and other young women out there coming out to bowl the tour in future seasons. So you really have 2 generations, one who is really extending her resume and one just looking to advance it even more down the road.
Looks for another. Has another strike. 88-pin lead for Shannon O'Keefe. She is running away with a championship match. 7-bagger. Not what we expected, but fitting with the season Shannon has had, no question.
Could see the intensity in her eyes. At least I do.
She bowls fearless, Kelly.
Yes, she does.
Shannon O'Keefe is going to win this one. 98-pin lead, 8 in a row, and the celebration tears are flowing now for Shannon O'Keefe because she has done it. And Dasha will bowl out this last game of her season, but what a season for the youngster, 24 years old from Wichita, originally from Ukraine. Talented in so many ways. 2020 season, Kelly, we can't wait for more great bowling on the PWBA Tour.
Yeah, so young women come back for 2020. They have a lot to look forward to. 14 events. Again, I love that number. We're going to start in Tucson, but the big one again, the PWBA Las Vegas Open, the finals in the Orleans Arena will coincide with the opening ceremonies of Junior Gold. So that will be a record-setting telecast, I'm sure, because it's been a record-setting venue for Junior Gold Championships.
That will be a great event. 2 great events.
You can follow the women bouncing across the United States from California and the West Coast to the Midwest and in Texas, all the way to Cleveland and Columbus, Ohio. Check out PWBA.com for the 2020 tour season schedule.
Dasha finishes up on the left lane. She told us the 300 game and the Queens win are kind of 1 and 1A in terms of her highlights. Shannon O'Keefe is celebrating, looking over to husband Brian as they celebrate their 15th wedding anniversary today. Yet another Hollywood script moment.
Is that diamond?
For the O'Keefes.
Is that $20,000? Another I'm not sure what the 15th anniversary mark is. But if Shannon will roll in her 10th frame, possible 290 game, I just would personally like to thank the tour staff, to Neil Milligan, our tournament director, Jason Thomas and his entire media staff, as well as Kathy Walken, Kathy Kovicki, Dave Ryan being next to you in the booth. I'd rather be in front of the camera,
Kelly.
but
I know you would. I know you would, and you'll be back, Kelly.
Always a pleasure to be by your side and do these telecasts. The season has been wonderful. The future of the sport is bright for women's bowling. Our membership increased this year, and we look only forward to growing it even more down the road. Gold TV is a magnificent part of that program. The collegiate programs all around Junior Gold. As Tennille said, support your sport. Let's continue to make this sport great. Thank you to all the staff, Steve Winkler, and all the production crew. I really appreciate it.
Well said. It's emotional for Shannon O'Keefe. But tonight, she will win the 2019 PWBA Tour Championship. Shannon O'Keefe has won it for the 2nd time in 3 years and becomes the first #1 seed to win this event. What a night. again for Shannon O'Keefe in a tremendous 2019 Player of the Year season. This one's over, so the fans will clap. Dasha Kovalova's right in front of us. She's leading the cheers. That's a cool moment. Shannon O'Keefe has done it again. A Player of the Year wins the 2019 PWBA Tour Championship in Richmond. What a night for Shannon O'Keefe yet again.
This is for my husband. Happy anniversary. I love you so much.
Fifth title of the year for Shannon O'Keefe. And in a moment, as husband Brian watches with plenty of emotion as well, we'll hear from Shannon O'Keefe with Kelly Kulick, lane level.
Bearcats, we got more babies.
Shannon, a champion in Richmond tonight. All smiles for Shannon O'Keefe, a winner tonight here in Richmond. Kelly Kulick, lane level. Trophy presentation time
Here to
along with
present
Dennis
the
Bickmeyer, Richmond
2019
Raceway
PWBA
president.
Tour Championships from International Raceway, Dennis Bickmeyer.
I think all we can say is, wow, your second PWBA Tour Championship right here at Richmond Raceway. Congratulations. I think you own this place. And on behalf of all these great bowling fans, congratulations, you are a champion.
Thank you, Dennis. Shannon O'Keefe, first and foremost, what I'd like to say to you, happy anniversary. 15 years celebrating her and her husband, Brian O'Keefe, tonight.
So with that, I would like to say happy anniversary, Brian. Here's your present.
I didn't know if it was diamonds, gold, or $20,000 or a trophy. So really, Shannon, there's no questions. Just say, I just want to give this moment to you to sum up this last year alone. 5 record titles in one season, 2-time Player of the Year. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart and all the fans here. What would you like to say?
This is a dream season, and first and foremost, it's because of God. I love him, I trust in him, and so I can't do this without him. I'm so thankful to all of our sponsors, Cubica AMF, Go Bowling, BowlerX.com, Pepsi Nationwide, Dennis Bickmeyer, Richmond Raceway. Thank you so much for making this little girl's dreams come true and making me a racing fan. And thank you so much to Ebonite International. You guys are the best, and it's very easy to be successful because you guys give us the best in every opportunity. So thank you so, so much. And to my ball reps, you guys are incredible. I love you guys. I can't do this without you either. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So what's next for Shannon 2020, or as I said, taking off the player uniform and putting on the coaching uniform?
Yeah, for the next thing is I'm going straight home to my little Bearcats. It's time for us to win a national championship, and so I just got to get them ready.
Well, Shannon, it's great because Friday night we're going to get to see you at Richmond Raceway where you're going to have the starting flag for the Go Bowling 250. So look out for Shannon as she starts the race on Friday night, and then all the ladies she'll be introduced on Saturday at the Federated Auto Parts 400.
Well, good thing I won, so I can do that.
Congratulations, Shannon, 2019 PWBA Tour Champion winner.
What a night for Shannon O'Keefe. Happy anniversary, Brian. Congratulations to Shannon, winner of the 2019 PWBA Tour Championship. Now for Kelly Kulick. What a great job all year in the booth. And our entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long for the 2019